Hi, this is Jack Godfrey, and this is Beginner Tai Chi. We're teaching the Yang style of Tai Chi, in particular the 24 form. And today we're going to be working on the beginning, a few of these. So the start, the commencing, the shear the horse's mane, and then white crane spreads wings, and finally brush knee, if we have time. So we're going to start, as we always do, with some warm-up movements to get the muscles a little bit moving, get the blood going, get the qi flowing in the body, and then we'll move on to working on these 3 or 4 beginning movements of Tai Chi. I'll be presenting them in many different directions, looking straight on, like me looking at you, and then you looking at my back, and then we'll do things from the side, both left side, right side. So it's sort of going to be, I'm going to be turning around slowly in a circle, so you have an idea what it looks like from all sides. Now, when we're facing each other, you should be matching what I'm doing rather than mirroring it. Because Tai Chi, we go in one particular way most of the time. Very seldom do we have movements that go from one side to the other. But in the series today, the shear the horse's mane, we do left side, right side, left side. And so anyway, there we go, from one side to the other. But still, you match what I'm doing. I offer videos, 3 videos a week on YouTube, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They're generally posted around about 2 p.m. Atlantic time zone on those days. On Monday, it's intermediate Qigong. On Wednesday, it's beginner Qigong. And on Friday, today, it's beginner Tai Chi. I also offer on Saturday a live class on Zoom at 9 a.m. Atlantic time zone. So if you'd like to take part in that class on Saturdays, send an email to jack.godfrey49@gmail.com, and I'll include you in the distribution list for the class on Saturday. And now let's see about doing some Tai Chi. All right, so we'll start with establishing our foundation here, paying attention to our feet. Our feet should be parallel to each other, and the outside of the hips, outside of the feet, one above the other, which means I have a comfortable distance between my feet. This is us standing up in what I call the narrow stance. To see if things are in the right place, shift all the weight onto this leg over here. The other foot, lift the toes, lift the heel. Swing the heel around towards the ball joint of the other foot and put the heel down. It should be close. It can have a little gap, it can be a little tight, and whatever works for you. This is in a case of close enough. So lift the toes, lift the heel again. You're on the ball joint of this foot, and pivot on the ball joint. Put the foot down with the inside of the feet more or less parallel. So you have a look down at the feet, and that's the space that you're looking for. The distance between the feet is the width of your 2 hands. So if this works for you, you can bend over and put your hands between your feet. However, if you're like a lot of folks, like I was for a very long time, all you did was look at your feet, you very seldom touched them, or you had to bend your knees a whole lot to get there. Well, you can just look down and go, yeah, that looks right. So this is establishing our foundation. This is the distance that a lot of times that we use in the various movements. Now, shift the weight into the toes. This is a small triangle. Big toe, little toe, and the ball joint. Shift the weight into the toes. Large triangle. Big toe, little toe, and heel. So when we have weight in the toes, the heels are still on the floor. And when we shift back, the weight in the heels, the toes are still on the floor. So large triangle, small triangle. And I got them names completely reversed. Small triangle, you're in the toes. Large triangle, you're in the heels. Let's look at it from the side. So the feet are in their narrow stance. We come forward onto the small triangle, and we come back onto the large triangle. So we're just shifting the weight, and we're keeping the feet flat to the floor. So we're here, small triangle, large triangle. Now the next part that we need to sort out here is a dragon's back and a turtle back. So dragon's back, we're stretching the front of the body. So what we're doing is you're pulling the belly button in, you're lifting the tailbone, you're lifting the ribs, you're lifting the chin, and we're gazed to the horizon, off into the distance and up. And this is stretching the front of the body. So dragon's back looks like so. Lift the ribs, lift the tailbone, lift the chin. And now, turtle back. The opposite is going on. So you tuck the tailbone in. We still pull the belly button in, but we drop the ribs. We're compressing the abdomen. Bring the shoulders towards each other. Drop the chin. We're stretching the back. So once again, from the side, so you tuck the tailbone in, pull the belly button in, drop the ribs, drop the chin, bring the shoulders together. So this is a turtle back. And from the other side, tuck the tailbone, pull the belly button in, drop the ribs, drop the chin, bring the shoulders towards each other, a turtle back. So a lot of the movements we have, we're on the small triangle or we're on the large triangle. We're shifting weight from one place on the foot to another place on the foot. We're shifting the weight from one foot to another foot. So let's review that bit. And this is, we need to be in a different stance here, and it's called stacking of the bones. So we step out to the side a little bit. So the ribs, the shoulder, the ribs, the hip, the ankle, all in a pile, this knee bent, this leg straight, and the feet are parallel. And what we do now is we come over here and see if the same thing is happening. This leg straight, this knee bent, shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle, all one above the other. And we come from side to side. And from the side, it's very much, there's not much going on here. We're just shifting. So this is us establishing the feet in the right place. Now, we want to get the hips moving as well. So put the weight in the heel here. This leg is straight, this one's bent, and we have the weight in the heel. Let the hips turn a little bit. So we're facing this way. You're in the heel. Now shift the weight into the toes. Now the hips are pointing straight ahead. Push with the toes, land in the heel. The hips are facing this way. Shift the weight into the toes. The hips are now facing straight ahead. Push with the toes, sink into the heel. So this leg is straight, this one's bent. Shift into the toes. Push, both legs are bent. Land in the heel. This leg is bent, this leg is straight, and the hips are facing this way. Shift the weight into the toes. Push. Both knees are bent. One leg is straight, and we're here. Now let's have a look at it from the side. So we're in that stacking of the bones stance. Weight on this heel, back here. Shift the weight into the toes. Land in the heel. If I look down, I can see my foot between my hands. Shift the weight into the toes. Now I'm looking, there's no foot. Press with the toes, land in the heel, and now I see a foot between the hands. So let's look at it again. Here, stacking of the bones. Hands are here. Here's the belly button, fingertips in the belly button. Pop them out so the hands are pointing straight ahead. Come over here, put weight on the heel. The hips turn. I can see my foot between the hands. Shift the weight into the toes. Push with the toes. Land in the heel. And now I see the foot between these hands. Shift the weight so the hips turn. I'm looking straight ahead. There's no foot between my hands. Push with the toes, land in the heel, and my hips have turned, and there's a foot between my hands. Now let's add on to this. Turn the shoulders a little bit. Bring the hands up. So the leg that has all the weight, that arm's up high. The other hand's underneath. We're holding a ball next to the ribs. We're not turning and twisting here. It's just we're here. We push with the heels. We push with the toes. We land in the heel. And we're holding a ball here. So just turn the shoulders a little bit. And we're looking off to the side. We hold a ball. Shift into the toes. The ball comes down. Land in the heels. The ball rises up. Shift into the toes. The ball's here in the center. Land in the heel. The hips turn, the torso turns, and we're over here. One of the key points for most, if not all, of the Tai Chi movements is the leg that has the weight. That's the arm that's up high. So if you're holding a ball, this leg has all the weight. This arm is up on top. We come down here. We're neutral. Both legs have equal weight. We come over here. We land in the heel. The hips turn, the torso turn, the ball rises up. This leg has all the weight. This arm's on top. Now let's have a look from the side. We're here. The weight's in the heel. The hips are turned. The torso's turned. And we're holding a ball. We shift into the toes. The ball comes down. We land in the heel. The hips turn, the torso turns, and the ball comes up. Push with the toes. Both knees are bent. One knee is bent. The hips turn, the torso turns. Let's have a look from the back. Check the stacking of the bones here. So we're here, weight in the heel. We hold the ball. Shift into the toes. The hips turn, the torso turns, the ball comes down. The hips continue to turn. The torso turns and the ball rises up. Push with the foot. We land in the heel. Push with the toes. We land in the heel. All right. So that's dragon plays with the ball. So now we're going to do a few things to get the chi flowing in the body, and then we're going to get on with the first few movements of the Tai Chi 24 form. So your hands are wet. Shake the water off your hands. So you get the wrists, the elbows, and the shoulders moving here. Then add in the knees, the hips, and the ankles. And then a twist as we look over the shoulder. Inhale, we're here. And exhale, we look over the opposite side. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale, we're at the front. And exhale. Inhaling. And exhale. And we'll do one more on each side. All right, and now we're back to the front. You should have had some tingling going on in the hands, a little bit of color in your palms, and this is us getting the heat, getting the chi to the hands and to the feet. So your hands should be warm, your feet should be warm, and you want to bring that chi that we've generated and draw it in to the brass basin. And now, standing on a boat. So we come to the small triangle and a dragon's back. We lift the arms. Exhale, large triangle, turtle back. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we come up. And exhale. Inhaling. And exhale. Inhale once again. Exhale. Last one of these. So next, we're going to be doing a shake the dragon's whiskers. So for this, we turn to the side, let the hands come around, and you reach for the hip. You come around to the opposite side. So turn the head. So we're looking to be doing a big twist in the spine. So we come here, and we come over here. So you let the arms swing, and you turn the head, and you look behind, twisting the spine. So we'll do a couple more. One last one. All right. And now we're actually going to get started with working on the movements of the of the Tai Chi Yang Style 24 form. So to begin with, we have our commencing. And so we start with our feet together. So this is our starting position. So the feet are parallel and they're close together and the torso is above the hips. And now you put all the weight in this leg and we step out to the side. So this is the stacking of the bone stance, more or less. And now from here, we do the standing on a boat. So you shift forward, weight in the toes. We lift the tailbone. We lift the ribs. We lift the chin. And the torso comes forward and up. And then we come on down. So you do this once. So from the side, where the feet are in the narrow stance, we shift the weight onto the toes, lift the tailbone, lift the ribs. So this is a dragon's back. We're in the toes. We lift the arms up and we come on down. So you watch the hands as they come up. You watch the hands as they come down. So from the back, we're in the narrow stance. We come forward and we come up. And of course, we'll do it from the opposite side. So feet are parallel, small triangle, dragon's back, lift the arms, large triangle, turtle back, lower the arms, and we watch the hands come up and down. And now, so that's commencing, pretty straightforward. So the next one we're going to be doing is shear the horse's mane. So I'll do it facing on, and then we'll do it back on as well. So we're over here. We just finished commencing. Hands come up, hands come down. And now what happens is we shift the weight, so all the weight's on this foot. We take the other foot and you lift the heel. The hands come over here. We're holding a ball to the side. Take this leg, and this is called dotting, where you've got just the toes on the floor. The heel is lifted and the knee is bent. Now we're going to step out to the side in that direction onto a railroad track. So knee is bent, we're turned here slightly, and now we turn, we face this direction, and we take this foot and we reach out to the side. So we're here and we step out, this knee is bent, this leg is straight, we shift the weight here. Now this foot, we lift the toes and we turn it. And so now we're facing in this direction, head, knee, ankle, more or less in a pile. And the hands come down. This hand comes down. This hand comes up and shears the horse's mane. So the imagery is I have a horse in front of me here. This is the body of the horse. Here's the tail. There's the neck of the horse and the head with the ears. So we're back here. So we were facing this way. We're holding a ball and we're dotting. So I just have the toes, the ball joint on the floor. And now I step out to the side. I pivot this foot and I'm facing this way. This hand comes down to the rump of the horse. This hand goes along the body of the horse, up the neck, towards the ears, and I'm looking off into the distance. I see the palm, and it's about chin high. So let's look at it from the back. So I'm here in my narrow stance. I shift the weight onto this leg. I hold the ball here to the side. I'm not twisting. I'm just holding the ball here about shoulder height. Lift the heel, come back by the foot. So this is dotting. This is called dotting when you just have the toes and the ball joint on the floor. Now we step out and we land in the heel. And the feet are on, separate tracks on a train track. Pivot this back foot so that now we're facing straight ahead here. Top hand comes down to the rump of the horse. Bottom hand is on the back of the horse as well. Slide along the horse's back towards the neck and up. And we look to the distance. So this leg has all the weight. This hand is high. This hand is low. So let's look at it again. So we're here. Feet more or less parallel. We've just done this guy. Shift the weight here. Hold the ball here. Bring this guy here. Step out. Land. And the distance is what's comfortable for you. The top hand comes down to the tail of the horse. The bottom hand goes along the back of the horse, up the horse's neck to about the ears. Take this back foot, we pivot it. So now we're facing in this direction. We're here like so. And now we take the next step, because we do this one 3 times. Shift the weight back. Turn the front foot a little bit to the side, which causes the hips to turn, the torso to turn. We lift the back heel and we hold a ball on this side of the body. This leg has all the weight. That hand's on top. Bring the back foot up. Dot by the heel. Step forward, out to the side. Shift the weight. The top hand comes down to the tail of the horse. The bottom hand comes along, up the neck of the horse, and we look to the distance. Shear the horse's mane. Shift the weight into the back foot. We're still holding the ball here. Turn that front foot to the side about 45 degrees. Put the weight back in the toes. And the torso, the hips turn, the torso turns. We come up, we dot. We follow the direction the foot's pointing. We come over here, put weight in the toes, and I forgot to turn the ball over. All right, so we were here, and we were here. So you turn the foot, we shift the weight, and now at the same time, the ball comes over to the opposite side. We touch here, we swing forward, top hand sinks down, bottom hand rises up, and we're here like so. All right, let's go the opposite direction. So I just move over here so I have a little room. We're standing in the narrow stance. We've just finished this, which is commencing. It's also known as stand on a boat. Put all the weight here. Hold the ball to the side. Lift the toe, lift the heels. We're dotting here. And we're going to turn and face in this direction towards the tree over there. So we're still holding the ball here. This leg has all the weight. And we step out to the side, pivot this foot. Shift the weight forward, sink down to the tail of the horse, go along the horse's back, rise up. Shift in weight in this foot so that I can turn the other foot. And as I turn it and I shift the weight and I lift the heel, the ball comes up on the opposite side. I step forward in a C-step, a task walking, top hand sinks, bottom hand along the back of the horse and up. Shift the weight back, turn the hips, turn the torso, and the ball's now on the opposite side. We step forward and we're here. So that's shear the horse's mane. One of the things that was involved in that is something called C-stepping or task walking. So we're going to look at that for a few minutes here, and then actually we're going to be running out of time. So we're standing here in the narrow stance. Take this foot and turn the foot to the side. So we're pointing straight ahead, and this is completely off to the side, and this is straight ahead. What we're looking to do is about halfway. About, doesn't need to be exact. Put all the weight on this foot, on this leg. Lift the other one. Lift the heel and bring it by the heel of the foot that has all the weight. Follow the direction the foot is pointing. So you reach forward, swing to the side, land with the heel, shift the weight, bring the toes down, knee is bent. So head, knee, ankle, all in a pile here. You should have all the weight here. And now what you do is we take the next step. So weight's in this foot. In order to take the next step, I have to turn this foot to the side. So shift the weight into the back foot. Take that front foot, turn it to the side a little bit, which makes the hips turn. Now I'm facing this way rather than this way. Lift the heel of the back foot. All the weight's on the front foot. Dot by the heel of the foot. Step forward, put weight here. Now, we have space between the feet. So we're on the back to the railroad track business. We have two tracks, one foot on each track. And now we'll do one more here. So shift the weight into the back leg. Turn the foot to the side. The hips turn. I'm facing this way. Bring the weight forward. Lift the heel. Dot by the heel of the other foot. Come forward. Land on the heel. And we're facing straight ahead. So let's do it from the side. Task walking, C-stepping, getting from one place to another. Bring this foot forward, leave this one back. So we've just finished doing some task walking earlier. So now we shift the weight here. We sink a little bit. And we're facing roughly this way. We turn the foot to the side, so now I'm looking over here. Put weight in this foot. Lift the heel. We're holding the ball to the side. This leg has all the weight, that hand's on top. Bring the back foot up, dot by the heel. Follow the direction the foot's pointing in. Sweep to the side, and we shift the weight here, and we do something interesting with the arms. And we're facing this way. Shift the weight back here. Turn the foot, which causes the hips to turn. Shift the weight here. Come up and C-step, task walk here. Again, we're on those two tracks. I've got a hardwood floor here, so I have all these boards. The foot's on one board, the foot's on a different board, and there's several boards in between. Now let's do it from the back. We're going to go that way. Put all the weight on this foot. Take this foot, and we come here by the heel. We step out to the side. Now this foot's pointing in the wrong direction. So when I have all the weight here, I'm going to lift the toes and pivot. So now the foot's pointing off to the side. and I'm facing straight ahead. Shift the weight into the back foot, sink down. This knee is bent, this leg is straight for the moment. Pivot on the heel so the toes point this way. Shift the weight forward. Lift that heel of the back foot. We come up here, dot by the heel of, in my case, the left foot here. Follow the direction it's pointing. Come over here, land on the heel. Toes are pointing straight ahead. This foot is pointing off to the side. This knee's bent, this leg's straight, and I'm looking in this direction, doing whatever that needs to be done with the arms. Sink into the back foot. Turn the front foot. We come over here, we come up, and we follow along, and here we are task walking or C-stepping. Shift the weight into the back foot, bend this knee, this leg straight. All the weight's on the back foot. It lets me turn the front foot. All the weight's on the front foot. Dot, reach, land, here we are. So there you go. We only got one of the three that we're looking to do, but we did cover starting, commencing, and shear the horse's mane. So we got those three done, as well as a lot of look at some of the fundamentals, including task walking, C-stepping. We also reviewed stacking of the bones and what's happening with the hips as we move from side to side. So that's the class for today. Look forward to seeing you again next time. So bye for now.